Warning, the following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers and/or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
WLFE-DB Radio is on Spotify with all its great shows like Across the Pond, Inside the Drag Closet, Step into the Paranormal, Just Cindy, Where's My Sage, Unfiltered Talks with Bryce, Metal Mayhem ROC, Paratalk Radio, Real Talk with Dom, and more. So download the Spotify app today to stay connected to all your WLFE-DB Radio shows.
Join the guys of Across the Pond as they discuss everything under the sun and answer all of your burning questions. Now, sit back and get ready for some diversity and delightful conversations.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of Across the Pond. Yes!
Hi.
This is the interactive podcast. Yes, this is the interactive podcast where friends, both near and far, gather to discuss everything under the sun and answer all of your burning questions. My God, I almost forgot our intro after that week off. But I'm one of your American hosts from Pennsylvania, Matthew.
Hi, everyone. I'm your Brett, and I'm your British host from London.
Yes.
And I'm your second American host, Jeremy, filling in for Brian from Catfishing. Can you not hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So I discombobulated. So I'm catfishing for Brian. So
yes. This is Brian. You know, it's not Jeremy. It's actually Brian. Oh my God,
Who's
Brian.
Jeremy?
Yeah. Anyway, you look so
great,
good.
Brian. Your surgery was so good.
Yeah, Brian, your jaw surgery went really well for you, Brian. You look great.
Thanks.
Oh my God. So what's new, Brett? How are you? Well, you know, it's been 2 weeks since our last episode. What's new?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. It was actually really nice to have a break last week. Actually, it was nice to be able to just have a lazy day and not be like, okay, what time is it? Make sure I'm not late.
Yeah.
So it was really nice to have that week off, actually. But yeah, nothing's new, really. Nothing's new, really. But how are you both? How are you, Jamie?
Good. Nothing. Just not doing much. Just working and schlepping Matthew around as Scarlet across the tri-state area.
You know.
Other than that, not much else.
Yeah.
Cool. And yourself, Matthew?
Good. Yeah, just like Jeremy said, just working, doing drag, all that fun stuff. Yeah, it was nice last week to have a week off of the show and be able to perform and get out there. And the show was great. Had a blast. Had a show last night as well. That was awesome. It was my drag sister's birthday, so she turned like 424. So it was great celebrating her being an old whore.
Almost as old as you, Matthew. Damn.
No. Yeah, she is. We're almost the same age. Almost. So yeah, it was last week's show and then last night's show, both great. It's amazing to be back on stage performing again. It feels like it's been forever, so I'm excited. Yes.
Yes. I don't know about all the driving and stuff. I don't know that I'm ready for all that, but
it's fine. It's not. I haven't done any shows like this month yet where like the drive has been too far, like maybe an hour, but that's not too bad.
Hour 10.
No, that's not bad.
No.
Oh, hello.
Oh, love that.
Oh, I disappeared.
It would be a good episode without technical difficulties on Brett's end. So
yeah. Can we ever start an episode
your end,
where
you had some before me as well. When I was off, you had one. You had tech issues, so
yeah, you did.
Yeah.
If there's ever an episode where there's no tech issues at the start, people are gonna be like, "You're doing something wrong. Your show's terrible."
Yeah, that will be our last ever episode.
Ever,
right.
yeah. Last one we ever
Absolutely.
did. Yes. But oh my gosh, so we're back, and we missed everyone. So if you guys missed us, hopefully you watched the last episode that we had and all the past episodes. You had a whole week or 2 weeks, I guess, now to catch up on old episodes, whether you watched on Facebook or YouTube. Keep checking us out. Keep watching our show. We have lots more exciting things to bring you, guests and topic-wise. And I totally wanted to mention this at the beginning and I almost forgot, but it's Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there that are watching our show or not. But if you're a mother, whether you be a biological mother, a drag mother, whatever, I wished my drag mama happy birthday. Gosh, happy Mother's Day today. And I got a text from one of my 2 drag children so far wishing me a happy Mother's Day. So, yeah.
Well, happy Drag Mother's Day.
Yes, thank you.
To all
And-
the mums.
Yes, to all the moms.
You're also a pet parent too, so right. So
Oh, that's right. And Debbie, our neighbor,
Happy Mother's Day as a dog mum.
yeah, if you have fur babies, happy Mother's Day to all of you. Our neighbor Debbie sent me a text with a little dog emoji saying happy Mother's Day. So fur babies count as well. Whatever you have, whether it's drag children, fur babies, whatever, as long as you think you're a mother, happy Mother's Day to you.
Yes.
So, and speaking of mothers, Brett, how is your mom doing?
So my mum is doing really well. So yes. So for those who don't know, my mum was diagnosed with cancer, but she's okay. She's starting treatment next week, so it's all good. But I want to say thank you for everyone's well wishes. But yeah, thank you. She's doing okay, as good as can be expected.
Mm-hmm.
Good, that's great. Yes, everybody who's supports and watched our show, send lots of love to Brett and his mom.
Thank you.
As she goes through her whatever battle, I guess you could say, with cancer. Hopefully, we've got our fingers crossed. I know for sure that.
She's gonna kick his ass, and she's gonna kick it into lap.
Yes,
slap
queen.
Bitch slap it. Yes.
Yes, queen.
There you go.
You bitch slap the hell out of that cancer. Yes.
Boom, boom.
Make it yo bitch.
Yes. So let's see. Kenny's watching so far. He says, "Hey, queens. Hey, Kenny.
Hey, Kenny.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
perks of Kenny.
Perks.
Yes.
Kenny on Insta, and of course our favorite fan is watching. Hey, you smexy people from Liz Clayton Brown.
The gorgeous grandma to be.
Yes, that's right. Congrats to you, Liz. I saw your Facebook post. Congrats on becoming a grandmother.
Definitely. Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats.
Yes. Well, with that being said, I think we should bring out our guest this week and go through this week's topic. So, since our guest is Brett's friend, we'll let him introduce her and our topic. And go ahead, Brett.
Where do I start? So, Nina. Oh, there I am. So Nina's fun. She's fun. She's outgoing. We've had some wild nights out. Like, we partied once until, like, it must have been about 7:30 in the morning. And we went to go to an after party. So we're like, oh, let's go and eat first. And we went to eat, and we left that place. So I was like, yeah, we're going home. But we've had some wild nights out, like crazy. Oh, I love her. So, like, everybody, please put your hands together for the one and only Nina.
Hey!
How are you guys?
Good. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Good. Thank you so much for having me. Thanks
You're
for the nice
welcome.
intro, Brett. I love you too.
So, Nina, I hope this is okay, but you prefer the whole episode is Nina. Is that okay?
Yeah, Nina. Nina is fine. Perfectly fine.
Okay. Is that a nickname that you gave yourself, or did someone give that to you?
Well, to be honest, you know what it is? Like, my name is Constantina, and a lot of people can't pronounce it. Some people call me K, some people call me D, some people call me Nina. So I was like, you know what? Nina is fine. I think acceptable. Like I feel like if
You
call
can
me
be
D,
called
it's
a
like
lot
dog.
worse.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, true. That is so true. So yeah, Nina, tell us a little bit about yourself and maybe what you like to do, hobbies, interests, things like that.
It feels like I'm back in college now. Tell us something about yourself. Okay. So obviously my name is Constantina. I am a final year student. I study international hospitality management at Bournemouth University. So I'll be done in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Greece. My mom's family is from Mauritius and Seychelles. And my mom went on holiday one time to Greece and basically never came back. But my mom was born and raised in London. So yeah, here we are now in gloomy London, trying to make a living out of ourselves.
Yeah. That's
That's
awesome.
pretty much it.
I love that. So do you have you said you were going to school for
Well, I study international hospitality management, and
okay.
the reason why I chose this course is because I didn't actually know what I wanted to do, and that course basically covered the whole basis of what I wanted or what I was thinking of doing because I'm really good with people. I
Okay.
found out that I'm interested in events. However, it's really competitive out there in terms of like events and events management jobs. So I'm actually building my business back home in Greece with some family friends, and we're going to be flipping houses basically because the economy in Greece is very bad. So people sell their properties for next to nothing. So we're going to renovate them and basically sell them to rich people.
Wow.
So
That's
guys,
cool.
the next big reality show is going to be Flipping Houses, Greece.
Yes.
Why not? You're all going to be guests on the show. Don't worry.
Yes.
I'm going to be like the
got
friend.
you all.
It's going to be like Real Housewives when you have the friends. That's me. I'll be in
Yeah.
every episode.
You're going to be the entertainment. Right?
You can't afford my fee. My fee is a lot of money, honey.
Listen, when I make my first million on my first house, I'll be able to afford you.
Yeah, if you get $1 million, you might be able to afford my £999,000.
Okay. Just think about it, please.
I feel like I love the whole idea around buying properties, doing them up and flipping them, because if it's something you're passionate about, I love that. That's cool.
Yeah. And with all of the, and after the pandemic, I think there's probably going to be a huge boom in tourism. So that's going to be, that's going to be a great niche to be in right now, especially if you're planning it within the next year or so and getting it off the ground. I think you'll be opening everything up in that prime time of like getting all of these people that are wanting to go on holiday and they're wanting to come to Greece or they want to come to the Mediterranean. So it's going to be amazing.
To be honest, where I'm from in Greece, it's a bit different because I know that when you guys think of Greece, you think about like British tourists lying everywhere drunk, but that's not it because in my area, we basically have this huge resort that Cristiano Ronaldo comes every summer. A lot of celebrities come there, so it's really eclectic tourism. And
I'm
those
going to be there next summer then.
houses there. So it's more of like high class, I guess. I don't know how to really describe it, which is why I want to invest. We're gonna be bougie.
Yeah. Well, I'll look for Renovations by Nina on TV.
Nina renovation.
Yes, love that. That's awesome.
Oh God.
So we have. I wanted to. Is this your mom, Nina?
Oh my god. Yeah, that's my mom.
Oh, well, she wishes Brett's mom well.
I thought it was, but I couldn't remember because when I last saw your mom,
Yeah, that's my mom. She's never on socials.
Yeah. Hello.
I feel like the
Hello,
last
Nina's mom.
Yeah, oh my god, I forgot to say Happy Mother's Day to everyone.
Yes, love it. So I have a question because I was like, when Brett was like, "Oh, Constantina," but she goes by Nina. I'm like, okay, and I was like, "But your last name? How do you say your last name?"
Okay, so funny story about my last name. So it's pronounced Kabili.
Okay.
However, Kabili in Greek means curve, and whenever I meet a Greek person and I introduce myself, they're like, "Yeah, that makes sense."
Yeah.
I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Awkward last name to have.
I love it. I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah, can't choose now, can you?
Yeah. Hey, I mean, if you got those curves,
You got the booty.
yes, body, yaddy, yaddy, we love it.
Own it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So we have so now we kind of, got to know each other a little bit. Let's go into this week's topic. So for everyone who's watching and has seen our Facebook and decided to tune in, today we're talking about catfishing. So I want to know, because when Brett messaged, he was like, "Oh, I have this friend. She's gonna be the guest, and this is gonna be the topic." So whose idea was it to talk about catfishing out of you two?
Well, I suggested it.
Yeah, so
let's start from there.
So you suggested it, and I know we chat about online dating and relationship support. For fuck's sake, you get used to me. It's like the principles. And I feel like but we hadn't discussed the sort of catfishing side, and I love catfishers. Like the TV show.
Same.
I love that show. Oh my god. I laugh out loud so hard and think, honey, how the fuck did you get catfish? Like,
I know,
right?
It's embarrassing.
It is, but it's funny at the same time.
Yeah.
It makes me like, when I watch it at first, I'm like, ooh, I feel so bad for them. But then as I continue watching it, I'm just like, well, that was your dumb fault. And then I just start laughing.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
I'm like, I'm pretty sure at this point in time, we've seen like every episode of like the TV show Catfish or whatever. And like, I love the ones where they get so upset because they sent like $400 to some person for their like bills and they never met. I'm like, I would never.
Honey, what? Yeah, literally.
What?
I wouldn't send anyone who I haven't met anything like that. I felt
and I like the whole premise behind, like, we're living in a day and age where like information is right at our fingertips. So how are you being catfished, right? Like even with this show, like the first couple of years of the show being on the air, how are you still falling for these people that are doing these things? Like, just investigate a little bit, right? Is this a real person? What type of photo? Like, they teach you everything you need to know. So why are you falling for it? It's just so unrealistic.
No, all you have to do is is doing a reverse image search, and you find out if they're fake or not. It's ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think.
Sorry.
Wait, where's the comment?
Like,
here you go, Brett.
I saw that. Okay.
Yes.
Call him out.
Yeah, Liz. Wow, Liz, you were almost a #1 fan. You're now not a #1 fan again.
What were you saying, Brett?
Because I thought that I would be the only one with that opinion. Because I'm telling myself, it's 2021. Catfish is out. How are you still so oblivious?
Yeah, like those people, like the first, because like at the beginning of the show, like the first couple seasons, it was like, okay, this show started how long ago? Like, technology wasn't what it is. But I'm like, it's 2021. There's like 10 seasons of Catfish, and you are still out here sending money to someone you've never seen their face before. No, honey. No.
This is beyond me.
Yeah.
Beyond me.
Some people are just like, girl.
It's like there's Skype, FaceTime, Zoom, all of these, like WhatsApp. I think you could even do live video. Snapchat, you could do live video. Like all of the methods of like speaking to somebody face to face that you have no other physical contact with. It's like, why would you allow somebody? My camera doesn't work. Well, if you have a smartphone. If you have a smartphone, like what?
2021. Find a way.
Literally.
It's like, oh,
yeah.
God.
Has anyone got catfished or anything like that?
I probably have at some point.
Okay.
I probably have at some point.
I mean, I kind of feel like. I mean, I know, like when I was in high school, I was like, I mean, I didn't come out of the closet until after I graduated. I mean, we've talked about this before, just because of like where I grew up and the people in the community, whatever, bullying, which I'm sure most people go through that, and it's obviously still a thing. But like, I remember like, so since I was in the closet in high school and I didn't come out, I like dated like girls that I went to high school with as like, a cover up. But then I'd go home at night and I'd like go on the like computer, the family computer on the dial up back in the day when everybody was sleeping, and I'd like talk to like guys online. And there was this one guy that I was talking to, like, I live in Pennsylvania. So like this one guy that I was talking to from like, I don't even know, I want to say like Colorado, like some other state that was like nowhere near me. And he was like, he sent me pictures and was like, this is me, this is my name, whatever. And like, it wasn't who it was. And like later on down the line, but I'm like, I'm in high school. I'm never going to travel to see this guy. I'm like 15 or whatever. I'm just like trying to talk to guys because like, and keep it secret, like online, so no one knows because I'm in the closet still. So like, I know that instant, but like, I'm sure since I graduated high school, over all the years of dating and stuff like that, especially now, like, we live in an age of social media and the internet and things like that. Dating on apps and things like that are so huge that I'm sure we've all at some point been catfished. Like someone we've been talking to wasn't who they say they were, but I don't have a particular instance.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
To be honest, I just feel like because you can't really talk about catfishing without talking about online dating.
Yeah.
So like, how you use Tinder, maybe Hinge or whatever it is.
100% catfishers in there, 100%.
You know what it is? Like, if you actually go to the stage with someone to give them your number and they don't FaceTime you, then it's an instant block. You know what I mean? Because you have your phone to text me on Tinder, you have your phone to upload fake pictures of yourself, and you're not going to call me and FaceTime me. No, honey.
Right.
Yeah.
Report, delete, everything.
Yeah. That's what, and that's the thing that like, going back to the TV show Catfishing, I don't know how these people like if you're talking to me on a computer and a cell phone, you have pictures up that aren't of you and all this stuff. Like, you obviously have the technology to talk to me like we are now virtually. Mm-hmm. So the fact that you're judging me and saying, "Oh, I'm busy, I can't, my camera's broke," all these excuses, it's because you're fake, honey. You're fake. Like,
how many times are you gonna be busy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, you're busy. Okay, cool. Bye.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm busy too. Bye.
I remember
Can you
like
don't hear this?
I remember like in the early 2000s, or like legitimately in the early 2000s, I remember like being on AOL Instant Messenger or AIM, and chatting with people and like not knowing if the person was real. And then like you really couldn't, right? You really couldn't identify if that person was real or not. So I'm sure a lot of us in those early days of the internet and social media, even like the old MySpace days, and all of the numerous chat rooms there were, I'm sure we all were. And like we've heard of those stories, right? And the one positive out of all of that mess that, was the early days of the internet, I had a guy I worked with met his wife. His wife lived in Texas. He lived in Central Washington State, and he met his wife virtually. And I'm going like, what? Who does that? Right? They met. They were talking for 6 months, and then they decided to meet and get married. They met virtually. 6 months later, they decided to meet, and then they got married. She ended up moving to Washington State with him, and as far as I know, they've been like happily married for over more than almost 2 decades. So it's so weird. It's so weird to think of. That's kind of what it was, and it like transpired that way. But
well, good.
It wasn't all bad.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
that's cool. Though.
So
I mean,
weird.
Good for them. That's cool, though. I mean, I know people, not personally, but like I've heard stories, whatever, people who've met online on online dating things, and they've lived in different parts of the country, different states, whatever, so they weren't able to like see each other in person, so they had to like do online dating and then talk to each other on FaceTime or whatever, and then they just grew that connection online. Then when they finally met in person, they were like, oh wow, the feeling and the connection is the same as it was online now as it is in person. Let's I'll move to your city or you move to my city and we'll start our life together. And it's happened before. Like, people have done it.
Oh yeah.
So it's crazy. Like, when you hear it, it's like, that actually happened. What? I go online dating and we don't even speak for a month or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I know. I remember when I first started dating Matthew, when we had met, and like you always so hesitant to, you've been burned by dating somebody, or you've met somebody you didn't really know much about them. So like and what I did at the time, I was running background checks for people that I was processing to join the army. So I ran like a quick background check on Matthew just to make sure he wasn't a serial killer, wasn't a convicted felon. And I'm going like, if I could do that in like 20 minutes and find out enough about Matthew to say, yeah, this is a person I do want to meet, then why couldn't, or continue seeing, why couldn't somebody else do that? And I think we're all victims of our emotions, of our heart, of wanting love, not wanting to be alone. But I think there are too many people that fall prey to that. And like, being in the military for as long as I was, I remember like sitting in the recruiting station I either was working in or running, and like little old ladies coming in and going, there was this veteran who's stationed in Iraq, and he wants me to send like care packages, money, and I'm going, don't do it. Like, really, don't, if they need money to get out of Iraq, or they need money to get out of Afghanistan. I'm like, do you think the military, I don't care which branch, which country, if you're in a combat zone like that, why would anybody need to get out of there if the military wasn't taking them out of there? Yeah. So like, it's just so sad. Those like, that was real. Those things were so sad. And I'm going, like, who would fall for that though? Like, who? And it's just lonely people, lonely people.
That's what I was about to say. Sometimes you fall into your own trap. You get into your own head that, oh, this person's here for me and they're talking to me, especially the people that are really vulnerable and are going through a really hard time. You just need that one person to listen to you. And, obviously the pictures and like who this person is actually not really considered at that time, because all you need is to talk. So then, that emotional challenge is in your head always.
Yeah.
After you, I don't know. I can't explain it. Like, even if I was going through something, these people on Catfish, they always had family with them, right? They had someone to talk to. So I really don't know. I'm trying to find an explanation for it, but
yeah. I mean,
trying to excuse the behavior.
Well, I mean, some of them I feel bad for, because like there are, like Jeremy was just saying, like I'm someone who's worked in healthcare for 11 years now, and most of my work in healthcare has been with elderly people, and sometimes there might be, a woman or even a man, that I'm working with, and they're only like maybe in their, 60s, 70s, so they're not old, I hate saying the word old, but I mean, they're still young enough that like, because I've seen this too, that there's people still in their 70s who are dating, you know what I mean? And they don't have family anymore. Maybe most of their family passed away already because they, got old and died. So they only left. They don't have family to talk to. And then all of a sudden someone's talking to them online and paying attention to them, giving them a love and affection. So they just kind of like latch onto that because they can't get it anywhere else, because they don't have any friends or family who may still be living at that age. So I can see that, and I feel bad for those people, because they're literally like, I don't have anyone to talk to or hang out with, so this one person is like giving me all that attention I want and need, so they latch onto it. And then those people, though, are the ones who are going out there looking for these old people to prey on them and use them and hurt them by doing shit like this and, fucking them up, ask them, and then next thing you know, they're asking them for money, and then that's how these old people get screwed over, and people take money from them because they think that like this person cares about them, but they don't know any better because they're elderly people, which so that I don't, that part sucks and makes me sad when I see elderly people.
Very upsetting.
It can get.
And I think also a lot of it can be that person wants to feel wanted, and that this person wants to help, and they think that they care about them, and that and a lot of it, I think, especially in the UK, is old women.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Old white women who have their Egyptian lovers. There was one woman who, it wasn't a catfish, but it was like, I thought it could be a catfish. She was maybe about 85 and her husband was 35. or fiance, and he was
Good for you,
Egyptian.
girl.
Yes,
Yeah,
girl.
but,
Go ahead.
yeah, but oh my god, literally. So she went on this morning, and she was like, she hadn't had sex since she was her husband's age. So the first night they did it, it was like riding a horse. Oh, it was hilarious. But that was a scenario I was thinking about. Actually, that could have been so easily a catfish. But she'd sent him so much money over the sort of months and years that they've been chatting, and I was thinking, well, actually, that could have really been a catfish. And so I started looking a bit more into sort of catfishing, and it happens so much. Like, I didn't realize it happened that much, but it's ridiculous. Like, you always hear of the high profile. Like, there's a woman who was like spent £170,000 sent to her by this guy.
Holy shit!
I don't have any sort of feel sorry for that woman at all. Because I'm like, honey, you that was your choice. You sent that much money. In. No, that's your decision.
Yeah, no one forced you.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. Thank you. Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
With that being said, I feel like we need to take them a minute and actually think about different types of catfishes, because in my opinion, I think there's 3 different types of catfishes. So I feel like the first one are obviously what our parents warned us about, the old, fat, ugly guy that's pretending to be someone young and wants to take pictures of us and, all that.
Oh, like the pedo, the typical pedo.
Them ones. Yeah. I didn't want to say that, but you said
no. That's to point out, not all fat people are pedos. Okay.
Well, that's the stereotype that they present them as, though. So second, I feel like. Go on.
Sorry. Yeah. No. They literally, I can imagine, like, it's an old man, glasses, with their sort of jumper that looks like their mum knitted it. With that jumper that their mum looked like, that they knitted. It literally, that's the stereotype one. But yeah, so you're saying?
So yeah, there's that type. Then I feel like there's literally those people that just want to take advantage of you, with money especially. Oh, send me money, this and that. And then I feel like the last one is a really sensitive one, because there's a lot of people, and I think it is especially in America because of the show, I think, that they're more exposed to it. People that are really insecure about themselves and just want to be loved. And, if you don't feel comfortable within yourself, you're not going to be confident enough to talk to someone that you would normally want to approach. And that's the sticky one that I think, because if you're a good person, this is going to make you look bad.
Yeah.
So that's I do feel like there's more types, but those are the 3 main ones in my opinion, at least.
Well, and it's just like for that third one that you were talking about, I just feel like I mean, I'm all about I've talked about this before, both on this podcast and my other podcast that I have. Inside the Drag Closet, check it out. Wednesday nights, 8:30 p.m.
Okay, I will.
Yes. You're going to see Scarlett. In this show, you're going to see Matthew. But anyhow, shameless plug. But, I'm all about, because I've been there. I know most people have, especially in this country, it's something that a lot of people go through, self-esteem and body issue. When it comes to, body issues with your weight, the way you look, so it just baffles me when it's these people on these catfish shows, they'll be interviewing with, Max and Eve, and they'll be like, oh, well, why? And Max and Eve will say, well, why were you talking to this person online? Because this person is so fucking hot that I would never.
Thank you.
I would never approach them in real life because they would never talk to me in real life because of the way I look, and they're so hot. But now that I'm talking to this person online, they're talking back to me. Girl, come on.
And these people have connections, they say they love each other and everything. You can fall in love with someone, and people focus too much on how others look. It's upsetting. Very upsetting.
I agree.
It's just,
and I think
crazy.
Absolutely. And Nina, I think there may be a fourth one, right? Those good people that really want to help, right? So there may be another type that I remember as a kid, and I'm older. I'm significantly older than all 3 of you. Right? Well, not Matthew, but than the 2 of you at least. And I remember my grandmother would watch these shows almost like To Catch a Predator type shows, or these investigative journalism type shows where they're going after people because they're preying on people that are really wanting to help, right? So they it would be like the telemarketer scams that we get now, right? I'm sure we all get them. I'm sure in the UK you get them as well, where they're people from a call center in the middle of India that's really trying to get money out of you. Well, in the United States, there used to be those type of call centers where these people would call and say that they're a religious organization, and they would say that they're trying to help out in Africa and they need a donation of X dollars, right? So they had a target list of people. Well, one lady ended up getting taken for $30,000, and another woman gave her life savings to these organizations. And the ironic thing then was there was a building, right? These people had a registered phone number in a building, but the lady got taken, catfish, so to speak, because she wanted to help. She was really feeling that this organization was doing a great thing and they were helping the world at large, and all of a sudden she's giving up all of her money to help them. And the old lady's husband was complicit in helping with this organization, but they've given up their life savings to help a village in Africa where none of that money even went to Africa. It stayed in South Florida, wherever it was. It was either South Florida or Tennessee, one of those states. But it's just so that emotional connection to whatever the person is selling, whatever they're trying to get pull your heartstrings a little bit to get you to do something. I think that's that factor as well that a lot of people don't.
I agree with that. I also think that now that you said that, I also think that there is this type of catfish that I don't know if it's really a catfish or not, but these really toxic people that when you break up with them, you start making fake Instagrams and everything and trying to chat you up through that.
So Nina, I know you have an example of this. Tell us that because I know you have an example of this.
That face.
Oh, the tea, sweetie, spill it.
Sorry, Mom, if you're watching this. I know it's the first time you're gonna hear it, but here it goes. So I was in Dubai for a year working as part of my university degree, basically. And as soon as I got there, I went on Tinder because I didn't know anyone there, right? So there was this guy that I matched, and honestly, for 6 months, he was just begging me to sleep with him, right? So I was like, no, you're doing the most. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
A week before I left, I was feeling lonely. He was like, do you want to go for a drive on coffee? So I was like, why not? So we went for a drive. Nothing happened. He didn't even touch my hand. So I was like, okay, that's a good sign, right? Yeah. So we went for coffee, dropped me off home, and did meet on 2 separate occasions, and we did, stuff. And, after that, he knew that I was leaving. I told him that it's a one-time thing, whatever. I leave, and, he starts being annoying, so I block him. So now, a year later, it was a week ago, I have blocked 34 Instagrams, 26 Facebooks, 16 different phone numbers, and he just messaged me right before the show started.
Girl!
Crazy. Girl. I'm telling you. And he was pretending to be someone that he's like, oh, we met in Dubai around that time. Don't you remember me? I lost your number by accident. Like, he's trying to be someone else to try to get me to talk to him. A year later, with someone that you met only 3 times.
Oh my God.
Crazy.
3 times.
And super creepy. Ew.
Very.
But I get it, right? Those are some of those examples on Catfish where people just want revenge now. It's like they had you, they want the revenge, and they want to make you feel bad. We've had that just recently with our show and our Facebook page getting taken down and having to so I think it's that's a whole other story.
I need to hear this. I need to hear this. You can't just drop this bomb on me like that.
No names, but our former second British host who was the first, Brett was the second, was a part of the show when everything got kicked off and was launched, and then after 2 episodes decided to take a step back and had a mental breakdown or whatever we were being told.
Fuck knows what was going on now.
I hope he's okay if that happened.
Probably not. Who cares really though? But when he was a part of the show, nobody really thought anything of it, right? Nobody really thought to really be so meticulous to remove him from everything. Nobody thought of doing that. We didn't think that it was in the realm of possibility. Well, after like that initial mental breakdown, a few weeks later, he like reconnects with everybody, refriends everybody, and
Except me.
Tries, except for Brett.
He absolutely hated
We're
me.
in the same
but
country,
hey,
yeah. Don't play with me. Don't play with me.
He was like, Jeremy and Brian and Matt, I have to talk to you guys. And then on the other hand, he's like, fuck you, Brett.
Yeah, you're judging me. I'm not speaking to you.
No, literally, the thing is, Sony, no lie, he literally was like that. When we had the row, he the first thing he sent this massive long ass text was like basically anti-me. I was like, first of all, I was like to Matthew, what have I done? And we were like,
right, exactly.
But so like
some people sometimes they need to take it out on someone, maybe you were that someone that they had to take it out on.
Yeah.
And he's just jealous I'm hot and he's not.
And I think also it was the proximity, right? Like between Matthew, me, and Brian, he's hours, a flight away, right? He's in the UK, whereas where Brett's a 3-hour train ride north to potentially see this guy. It's like the proximity is there.
We know we're going to fight, Brett. Get ready.
Honey, if I go to Manchester and he's ever there, I will literally
They'd be there.
Find a way to get him removed from the nightclub because, honey, I'll be security. Yeah, he was sniffing cocaine in the toilet. You need to remove that motherfucker.
You're hitting the nerve. You're ready.
From the truth anyway. But so through all of that, right, then there was a final, there was another kind of falling out right at, it was his birthday and he was going to be on the show as a guest and he backs out. And then that next week, all of a sudden it's like shit falls apart, right? So the Facebook page, like I'm getting text messages that something's going on with the Facebook page, and the guy that runs the radio station is messaging Matt on Facebook Messenger saying what's going on, so all of these things were going on behind the scenes, and come to find out,
and we're like, what the fuck is going on? We didn't know, nobody, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you wouldn't think that it was him, right?
Right. Nobody put two and two together. Well, then some friends of ours, from Matt and mine, as well as Brian, the other American host, we were getting these text messages from our friends, and they're saying, well, I'm still friends with this guy on Snapchat, so I'll ask the question. When he was asked the direct question, he admitted that it was him.
Oh, okay.
But what was
he was the only one that
we were like, it was so awkward because we were like, what the fuck is going on? And then it's like, Ted, who looks after the radio station, was like, oh yeah, so basically it says that this person had scheduled the whole thing to be deleted at this time, knowing that we would be mid-show live.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a similar situation, I think. It's very commiserate to your experience. So
I think it's really miserable to go out of your way and do all that. Thank you. It is very sad.
At the end of the day, how I think of it is that, do you know what? He's just jealous because him doing that has basically ensured that he will never be on this show again. He will never be on this show again because, honey, he's burnt the bridges. He's not only just burnt it, he's burnt it. He's put it in a paper bag and burnt the bag.
Yeah.
You know what? You guys are better off without these negative vibes. Yeah, keep those away.
Yes, girl. Better off for sure. But yeah, that's just. But again, like with the catfishing, that's like those people who kind of like with the ones like take advantage of people, and like you said, like how he was saying all those profiles, like doing things to like get at somebody, and it's like I just don't understand how like people like that was another thing. Exactly, that was another thing that still to this day I know I probably sound like someone who's about to be catfished because it still blows my mind to this day. But like, I don't understand how people who catfish, how do you have the time of day to make all these profiles, all these numbers, and keep up with all these lies? Like my head would explode. I couldn't do it.
Like, you don't want me to pull out my phone right now and show you all these long messages I've been getting.
That is like,
I'm telling you.
That is like a full-time job. They are dedicated 100 to catfishing. right there. Like,
Legit.
I woke up once with
Literally.
112 no caller ID missed calls, all
I had
back to
that.
back within 20 minutes. And I
I've
knew
had
it was
that.
that guy because he was messaging me at the same time. Pick up the phone, pick up the phone. And when I pick up, what? He's not answering. Like, why are you calling me if you're not going to answer 112 times?
I've had
You're mad.
I had this thing with this guy who I was chatting to, and he was calling me literally non-stop to the point where I couldn't even turn my phone off. He was calling me that much. And I was on the bus at the time, and this woman was next to me and said, "You're good, you're popular." I said, "No, it's just a stalker."
It's just
I
so
did it blatantly loud as well. I said, "Honey, no, I this 57 missed calls in the last 4 minutes is a stalker, okay? It's not me." And everyone was, there's a few people in buses, and they were all like, "What do you mean stalker?" I said, "Well, there's this guy. Look, I've got 59 missed calls in the last 5 minutes, and it all rings again, hang up, rings again, hang up, rings up. Oh, it's fucking ridiculous.
I have to turn my phone off, sometimes just to focus on my uni work. You know what I mean?
I just literally just had to let it ring and hang up, and then pray to God he gave me 30 seconds, and then eventually he stopped, and then I turned my phone off, and then turned my phone on 10 minutes later, and in that 10 minutes. I had another 67 missed calls.
Yes. It does happen.
Like, why can't normal people be ringing me this much?
I mean, Brett, me and you got the source. That's why they're coming back.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Well, real quick, this is such a good topic.
Dude, how is it this time?
Literally, right? Like today's show is like flying by. So it is that time. As Brett said, to take a commercial break. We are already halfway through. Everybody who's watching, who has been watching, or if you're going to tune in to the next half of the episode, if you have any catfishing stories, please share them with us. We'd love to hear them.
Yes, please. I want to hear them all.
Please.
We want to hear all of them. Or if you have any questions or comments to ask us or our guest, Nina, please send them in.
Yes.
We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
WLFE Digital Broadcast Network is on TV. You can watch all of our shows on WLFE-DB.com. Check out our channels. Paranormal View for all of your paranormal type shows. LGBTQ Friends for all of our LGBTQ shows. Variety Unlimited for all other shows. It runs 24/7 right on WLFE-DB.com. You'll even catch the lives, all in one place. Never miss an episode, past or future. WLFE-DB.com, where our shows are your shows. Search for your favorite shows like Where's My Sage, Inside the Drag Closet, Across the Pond, Everything Yet Nothing, Paratalk Radio, Step into the Paranormal, The Creepy Parlor, Just Cindy, and more. Now you won't miss an episode. Remember, follow Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Make sure you subscribe and follow your favorite WLFE-DB radio shows. You can find our shows where you listen to your favorite podcasts, like Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and more. WLFE-DB Radio is looking for podcasts to join our family. You don't have to fit any strict genre. We're a plethora of shows. If you're looking to jump on a growing network, then contact us at WLFEDBradio@gmail.com.
Wow, Amazon Music just got a whole lot better. Your favorite shows from WLFE-DB Radio can now be found there. Yes, we are on Amazon Music, found under podcasts. Download the app, find podcasts, and search all of your favorite shows. Shows like Where's My Sage, Across the Pond, Everything Yet Nothing, Skeptical Help Bar, The Creepy Parlor, Just Cindy, and much more. Now you don't have to miss an episode ever. Amazon Music is WLFE-DB Radiofied.
More from WLFE-DB Radio Network after this.
Hey guys and dolls, this is Casey DeVille, the better half of DeVille Inc., Baltimore, Maryland. If you're ever in Baltimore, stop in and see me and Tony. Invisible Bree, 5920 Eastern Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland, 21224. Give us a call if you're in the area, 410-400-9641, or look us up on the web at DeVilleInc.com. DeVille Inc., where we specialize in you.
Oh, yeah. Life just got sweeter now that WLFE-DB has merchandise. Show your support by purchasing your t-shirts for WLFE, Paratalk Radio, Inside the Drag Closet, and more. But it doesn't stop there. T-shirts, coffee mugs, tanks, buttons, cloth bags, and more. Go to WLFE-DB.com. On the top bar, click on the merchandise tab and bam, there you go. You got merch. Support the shows. WLFE-DB.com. You're listening to WLFE-DB Radio. Now, back to our program.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Across the Pond. Yes.
Lovely to be back. I missed you guys.
Yeah, I know that was a long commercial break. But for those of you who are just joining us,
I was thinking, oh my god, they're going to come back. I ate so many crisps that time.
It's nice because it shows all the other shows that are on our radio station, which
I love that.
Yeah, I think it's great for promotion. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. With that being said, excuse me. Check out all the other shows on WLFE-DB Radio. You can go to their Facebook page. You can go to their actual the radio station's page, or you can go to the actual shows page. There's so many good shows from paranormal. There's other LGBT shows. There's the Inside the Drag Closet that I do with the drag queens. So there's all kinds of different shows on the radio station. So watch them all if you can. Support them all. And with that being said,
also we have the group as well. So if everyone wants to join that group as well, we can post a link to the page. So we have a group. So members who are fans of our shows can join, and people from other shows will post their sort of shows as reminders as well if people are interested.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
that's perfect. Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
But yes, with that being said, speaking of shows, thank you everyone for watching our show. Tuning in to our show. We are joined this week by our lovely, fabulous guest, Nina, one of Brett's friends from London, and we are talking about catfishing. And ooh, girl, this is juicy. Such good content that we have. Oh my gosh. I just wanted to, real quick, I want to go through some comments we've had that have been coming in while we were talking.
Okay, let's go.
Yes, and so first of all, we have a Catherine.
Oh, Kat! We went together last night, and I don't know how she survived this drink.
Yeah,
this is Kat.
Supporting you, hon. Oh, thanks for watching, Catherine.
Thank you.
Oh, so nice. Liz Clayton Brown had commented earlier, I've been waiting to meet Ina. She seems sassy.
I'm a little diva sometimes. I can't lie.
Yes. We love a good diva moment. Don't worry.
You know what? We all need a little bit of diva in us, innit?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes, we do. Oh, my gosh. We have, there was another comment that just came in. Lydia.
Oh, that's my little sister.
Oh my God.
She never goes on Facebook. I begged her to go on.
Thank you for watching, Lydia.
She is actually 16. So her birthday was on the 4th of May and mine's on the 7th. So yeah.
Oh wow! Well, happy belated birthday to both of you.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes. And then
I can't believe that your sister's 16.
My cousin from Paris. Thank you, Maina.
Maina. Okay, I was like, I don't want to butcher her name.
No worries.
She's watching. She says, "Hey, Tina, looking gorgeous up there." Aww. So, and then there was another. Oh my God, there was another comment here. Let's see.
Many.
Oh, Liz Clayton Brown earlier said, "Matthew Ludwig, are those penises on your shirt?" No, they're little stars. Although
I like this.
I was gonna say, although now that you say that, I kind of need a jacket that had little penises on it.
You know what? I can't unsee it now.
Yeah.
For real. I guess probably from afar, it looks like because they're like real tiny, but like up close,
little ones, little willies,
little prawn ones,
little tiny willies.
No one was a prawn dick, okay, honey. No one.
No one.
Jumbo sausage.
A Savoy.
Yes, no one.
Do you guys know what a Savoy is?
Oh yeah, shit.
So
You know what? I've been talking British and not asking if you guys understand.
I don't know. Is that like a food? No, obviously don't.
It's like a type of sausage. It's I don't
Tell them,
know
Brett.
it, but...
Pull that phone.
Like a little tiny.
So for the
wiener?
people who are watching after, Google Savoy sausage.
How do you spell that? Can we get a spelling of the word?
What is spell check, please?
It is Savoeloy.
Oh, okay. Savello. Okay.
And it's just like that.
It's like a hot dog.
Yeah, it's
No,
a hot dog.
it's disgusting. Aren't they? Sorry, Neil, I don't like. Do you like them?
To be honest, I'm 50-50 about them. Like, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
It's all the bad parts of it, basically, like... It's a pig, isn't it? Yeah, so it's basically like a pig's brain and all sorts of... It's nasty.
Yeah, so the etymology, like some of for the United States, it's a type of hot dog.
And well,
it's
I don't like hot dogs either. Like, I feel like... I'm really fussy when it comes to sausage. I like good
It's
sausage.
commonly known in the United States. It's commonly known as a red hot or a red snapper.
Good Lord, Constantina, I'm shocked you're talking about Little
Oh
Willie.
my God, my auntie Anna, that's Maina's mom.
Oh my God, that's too funny.
I should put PG-13.
Yeah,
I don't know. We're X-rated.
I was going to say we have an explicit warning message at the beginning of our podcast. So
no, my family's really cool.
If you're watching, that's your fault.
Not my problem.
But speaking of Little Willies, Brian commented this earlier.
Oh yeah, Brian loves a Little Willie.
Def been catfished on Grindr. Girl, I think we all have before.
And Tinder.
I read that as definitely have been caught catfishing on Grindr. I thought that said then when I first looked at that.
Imagine. Exposed.
I was gonna say, why is Brian catfishing? Brian is catfish.
You've been exposed.
Yes, you've been exposed. No, but yeah, been there, done. Oh gosh, those are stories. I'm sure probably. Oh, excuse me. I'm sure you probably the same thing, Nina, with like obviously Grindr's the game. I'm sure you know what that is. Like the game.
Brett is always sending me those memes. Oh.
Oh yeah, he is.
Memes or screenshots.
Yeah, but
ridiculous. It's wild.
Yeah, but we've all had those stories before of guys catfishing on Grindr. Like, doesn't even look like them. Or like, oh, this is what I look like, and then you meet them, and it's like, oh yeah, honey, that's what you looked like 6 years ago before you lost all your hair and gained 50 pounds. Like, no, honey. Yeah, like there's those people, and then there's the one, like no cameras where they'll have like a picture of like their stomach because they have abs or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, can I see a picture of your face? Oh no, I don't have any. Well, how do take a picture then?
Have you applied for jobs?
And I'm like, well then, what do you mean you can't? You have a camera. You took a picture of your fucking stomach, so take one of your face. Like, girl.
People are insecure.
Catfish.
That's what I gotta say. People are insecure these days.
Yeah.
Because it's 2021. There's someone out there for everyone. I do believe that, you know. And how are you gonna find that person if you don't put yourself out there? How?
I have no. Yeah, I
put yourself out there, Brett.
Yeah, Brett. Come on.
I'm out there. I am. I DM Henry Cavill every day. He's just not there. Orlando Bloom. It's Harry. Dump Megan. Megan, you don't want Megan. I will be better than Megan.
Girl, baby steps. Start like maybe dating like a D-list celebrity and move up. You got to move up with celebrity list.
Meghan Markle is a Z-list star.
Yeah, you got to do something different to get to Henry Cavill level because it's not working for you right now.
I will date the guy out of Home Alone. Mackenzie.
Macaulay Culkin?
Oh, that's it. It's not even Mackenzie.
Each to their own. Each to their own.
I wouldn't date him. He's not my type.
I'll date that kid from that movie.
That kid from that 90s movie.
That sounded wrong.
He's an adult now.
Anyone who knows me knows like people older than me. I don't like people younger.
Isn't he? Yeah, because isn't he like my age? I think, or something like.
He's like
He's
my
32.
age.
He must be about. No, he must be actually like 40.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's old.
Oh.
He's old as
Because
shit.
if you think Home and Home was 1990, he just had a baby with that woman out of Sweet Life, Zack and Cody.
Oh,
Brenda
wow.
Song, is it?
I don't know.
I am currently googling him. So he is.
He's 40. He's 40. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize he was that old.
It's
Yeah,
not
he looks
that
older
old
because of
though,
the
if you
drugs.
think
Well,
about
I didn't
it.
realize. I thought he was only like 30.
Because of the drugs,
Mm.
unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
He looks younger than.
That's his baby mummy. Brenda Song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he used to date this very famous actress whose husband is cute.
Mila
yeah,
Kunis.
Mila Kunis.
Love her.
Yeah, I love Aston.
He's okay. I don't think he's as funny as people talk about.
I love Aston. He's cute. I'll date him.
I mean, yeah, it's hard out there, because like my preference is that I like chocolate.
Oh, girl!
So it's so hard having that one preference, because everyone's
And
like,
it is a one preference because it's like this. It's like it's right now.
Yeah, because like Brett showed me, oh, look at this guy. I think he's cute. I'm like, yeah, like if someone is cute, I'll say he's cute, but not for me. It's like when you see someone, you know if they look hot or not, right? But then you know if they're for you or not. So yeah, it's hard out there.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if that's what you're looking for in a man, partner, whatever, then more power to you. Like, yes, get it, girl, love it. Oh my God.
We're gonna have caramel babies here.
Yes, I love that.
Do you know what? I just think that's just that's so cute. I love babies. They're so cute.
Yeah, you're gonna get some blue eyes here. They're gonna get some nice.
Oh my God, the blue eyes would be. Oh my God, yeah. I think all babies are cute. Even me, I was fat when I was born. I was a fat baby. My cheeks look pregnant.
Damn.
So cute.
Yeah, babies are cute.
Same here.
Yes.
I was a big old fat baby when I was born.
When I was a baby, I was alright, but I had a huge afro. My hair was black as fuck, and I had so many curls. It was like an afro.
No way!
I swear. I don't know what happened now. But there we go.
Whoa! I love that. That's so cute. I wanted to. Oh my God! There was a comment. From Brian. So we talked about this a little bit before the show. So I want to bring it up again because it relates to catfishing. So if anybody knows of this show or has watched this show, Brian commented, "I love the show, The Circle."
Oh yeah.
Yes, such a good show. If you have not seen it, check it out. I know there was a UK version. Brett said it's no longer going on. There's a
It got
US
cancelled this week.
Oh, got canceled. Okay. There is a US version. The US version has 2 seasons now. The second season just finished this week. They just released the finale onto Netflix. And then I know there's a Brazil and a France version of it as well. So it's the same. It's pretty much the same show in every country, just just in different countries. But the premise of the show is these people go on there. It's like this big apartment building, and they rent out all these rooms and all these apartments to these contestants. These contestants travel from wherever they're coming from to this building, and then they are stuck in a room that it's like basically a 1-bedroom apartment.
Oh wait, I know what you're talking about. I just clocked. Is it like with this big screens and
the big circle screen? Yeah. That's so.
My brain was gone for a minute there.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
And so they take the contestants. They start out with 8, and then they take these 8 contestants, and each contestant is in their own little 1-bedroom apartment in this building, and then they can't leave their apartment or see each other until the show's over, basically, and then they have to only communicate with one another online by chatting with them in the circle, and then they have little challenges they do, and then they have little prizes or whatever that may be delivered to their door, and then they rate each other each week. So you get your little screen, and then me, for example, if I was playing the other 7 players, I rate from number 1 to number 7, from my favorite to least favorite player.
Okay.
And then, usually the top 2 players on the ratings become the influencers, and they decide who to eliminate from the circle, and they get eliminated. And then it goes on like this until they get down to like 5 players. There's twists and turns, and then those final 5 rate each other again, and then from 5th to 1st place, and then whoever gets rated first then wins the $100,000 cash prize they do. So that's a little bit about the show. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's addicting, believe me. Like,
I really want to start watching it now.
I actually want to go. I
recommended it.
Yeah, I was going to apply to go on it. It only films for a month.
What?
And then obviously they canned it. So I was about to.
I live near Camden, by the way.
Yeah.
So Camden is a part of London.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So actually, Nina lives right near King's Cross, which is the.
So Harry Potter? I can see my house in the first film in Harry Potter.
Really?
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
I've never seen Harry Potter, but that's cool.
It is very nice, but yeah, like I do get in the mood sometimes, like once in a while. Oh, I actually want to watch Harry Potter from the first one to the end. Yeah, not often, but I do get those cravings.
I like watching it when they're older because there's a bit more action when they're older, whereas the first couple was a bit like, ugh. But as they became teenagers, when they did a bit more of a storyline where it wasn't just a school, right? They turn up at school and it's the whole year. When they did a bit of over the summer or over Christmas, I like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like it when I think is it Order of the Phoenix when they go and the house suddenly appears and they go in.
Yes, I think that's it. I'm not really sure. Yeah, but to be honest, I don't really watch a lot of films. I'm more of like a series person. Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real Housewives of New Jersey. That's all me. Game of Thrones also I like. Game of Thrones is my favorite.
Game of Thrones. I love Game of Thrones.
House Targaryen.
So my friend I have a friend who is neighbours of one of the cast of Game of Thrones. Natalie Dormer, is it?
Why didn't you tell me that before, Brett? You waited to come on the show and tell me that.
That's too funny. But
what I was gonna say is, about the circle. The circle show was that it's for the American version only filmed for 2 weeks. They're only gone first season. I don't recall them ever saying anything about the duration of the show, but in the second series, they halfway through the end or at the end, they got calls from their family. The contestants received calls from the family members, and one of the contestants later, towards the end of the episode, his mother and brother competed on the first series here in the United States, and they were like, "Oh, we'll see you in 2 weeks. It's going to be a good 2 weeks or something, and see you in 2 weeks or something like that." And I'm going, well, if it's only filming for 2 weeks, they legitimately went to the UK for 2 weeks to film it and then come back to the United States. That's just so weird, but
So they would have flown over a week before, gone into hiding, and then they'll fly back the day after the show ends. Yeah, it's not long.
Well, Brett,
but the show I really wanted to do, but it got axed here, and it's one of my favourite shows ever. And I've been to live recordings of it, and it's Big Brother.
Yeah,
I've never actually watched it.
That's what they asked.
Oh God!
I know. I'm terrible. Too many housewives going on.
You're banned from the show.
Well, don't worry.
Allow me.
Don't worry, Nina. Even though they're not doing it anymore in the UK, they're still doing the US. It's on season 742. So
the Americans are really entertaining. So I'll give that a watch.
We what?
Frankie went on it, didn't he?
You guys are entertaining.
Yeah.
Didn't Frankie go on that one? Ariana Grande's brother.
Yeah, he did. A couple seasons ago.
He had that bromance to that straight guy. He was like, we're like boyfriends. I'm like, but you're straight and you're saying he's your boyfriend.
Like season 14 or 15.
Yeah. I love Frankie.
They're on season, I don't even know, so many seasons of the TV show.
Season 22.
That's a
I
lot.
still think, you know, there was quite a lot of big brothers that were going on at the time of COVID starting, and it was quite interesting to sort of see how they reacted when they were told that, you know, there's like a pandemic. It's like, guys, this is Big Brother. There's this COVID-19 has spread globally. In the world, there's 3 million cases. It was so dramatic, but it was like,
Making it sound like a horror show.
I know.
literally, it was like there's 300
The
like
Purge.
there's 300.
Yeah.
It's like 350,000 cases in 118 territories. So it's like, damn.
Yeah, it was bad when COVID happened, you know, because it didn't tourism. It affected everything, you know. Like, you know, what's that? I'm Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. They had to film it in Wales, and they normally film that in Australia.
So do you guys know I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here?
No.
So it's
Oh, yeah,
basically it's a bit like Big Brother, but they're in like they're like in the Australian jungle.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
So Caitlyn Jenner went on it a couple of years ago, but she did it used to have an American show years ago, but obviously got cancelled. So you normally film in Australia in Queensland, but instead they filmed at this really derelict castle in Wales.
Yeah,
it was a weird series.
Downgrade.
Well, it was like I'm sure it was crazy with like stuff filming. Like I want to go back to talk about The Circle, but real quick, like I know we watched. I don't know if you watch it, Nina, but we had our very first guest ever on our show. Shout out was Brett's friend Mikey, and I know Brett and I have talked about it before. He doesn't really watch it, but RuPaul's Drag Race. I'm sure do you watch it, Nina?
You know what? Listen, I want to start watching it, but I'm watching so many things at the same time. But it is on my list. It is on my list.
Well, they did. The most recent season of the U.S. version of Drag Race was season 13, and they filmed that last year in 2020. So it was during the pandemic, and they had one episode in the middle of the season where there was no competition, nothing like that, and it was just like them talking to the queens about what's this experience been like filming a TV show during a pandemic. And it's crazy to see like all the crew and the staff and the production people and the cameraman and women who are, you know, they've got masks on and face shields and gloves and all that stuff. And like the contestants are the only people who don't have to wear masks, but they get tested like every day for COVID while they're filming the show. And it's like, it's crazy to think like that to do all this stuff just to film a TV show. And I'm like, it's insane. But like, you know, kudos to them, I guess, for being able to, you know, still film during a pandemic and make a TV show and stuff. Because some shows and some things just completely stop filming, and they're like, gonna do it.
I agree with that because even like I know I'm going back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but they did show that as well. And you know what it was? During that time, it was when, you know, all the Black Lives Matter movement started happening. So it was the pandemic, and they had to deal with that at the same time. You know, these people are strong. Imagine wearing a mask, going out to protest in that heat. Like, my respect for these people. I'm telling you.
Yeah, and especially doing it in a way that was actually trying to think, okay, how can we protest this? Because we want our voices to be heard, but also how can we do it safely?
Exactly.
Well?
It was a lot of, you know, opinions, I guess, when it came to that, you know, because people are like, well, why are you out there protesting? But it's like, it's a human rights issue.
But then what I find interesting also is they were having a go about Black Lives Matter protests. But all these other protests, for example, in London, at the moment, they're not saying a word about. And I'm like, sorry, but if you're going to say about one protest, you need to be saying about the other protest as well. And that just shows how racist there is racism in this country still. And a lot of people say, well, we're not racist, but there clearly is, yeah.
I think there is everywhere, but, you know, in some countries it's more obvious than other countries, you know, because, like, for example, in Greece, there's not really a lot of Black people. I'm from a village. We're like 3,000 people. Everyone knows everyone. We don't really see Black people like that, you know. You only see them in Athens, probably. And, you know, those people that are there are trying to leave. Even the Greeks are trying to leave because the economy is so bad. So I think that countries that are not really exposed to other types of people, they're less judgy, because if you're black and you come to my village, they won't be like, oh, like, why are you here and stuff like that. They'll be curious. They'll come to you and tell you, oh wow, where did you come from? But here, they actually hate people that are different. It's ridiculous. Like, even me in college, I remember, because I'm Greek, like, there was a lot of people that were like, oh, what are you doing here? Go back to Greece. And stuff. You know, bitch, I have a British passport. Relax yourself. You know?
Pipe down, bitch. Shut the fuck up.
You know, I can speak bare languages. You can barely speak English, so please, have some respect. Put some respect on my name.
Yeah. Too funny. But oh gosh, now I'm like, I have like my brain's all like jumbled and stuff because I'm like thinking about like we're talking about like the TV shows.
I know, right? It's like everywhere.
Yeah, like there's like the Black Lives Matters and these rights and this TV show and our topic.
Take your time. Take your time.
No, it was like all jumbled. But no, for the circle, your aunt. This is your aunt, right?
Oh, that's my cousin, Maina.
Cousin, your cousin. Okay. There's so many people commenting that are watching to see you. That's so awesome. But she says, I advise everyone to watch The Circle. She also says, I've seen both the American and the French version of The Circle. I actually prefer the French version.
She's representing France because she lives in Paris. Yeah.
Okay, that's why she likes it better.
Yeah, she has to represent.
I want to check it out though to see like if there's any differences between each version of the show.
There's
I
no
know
cultural differences, I think.
Well, I know that the plot of the show, you know, to obviously chat people, block them, be blocked from the circle, the winning and all that. It's like pretty much the same, but I know like I'm sure in each country they do things a little differently. But like that show was just I don't want to ruin any or I don't want to give any spoilers away for the American version in case you know you end up watching it, Nina, or anybody else who's watching.
I will watch it.
But the winner who just won season 2, all I'm going to say was they were a catfish the entire season, and they got all the way to the end and won. Like, it was like crazy. The way that they played their character and everything, it was like...
It's basically crazy. Like acting, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have to act, you know? Wow. People got talent.
And that's I was so surprised, especially when you're like some of these people who are like catfishing and they're catfishing as an opposite sex, like that's just like mind, you know, like that's just above and beyond. Because like if you're a man and you're catfishing someone and you're still a man, like it's not really that big of a difference.
I didn't
like,
know that the roles were reversed like that. Oh wow!
Some of the people on this show, some of these people on The Circle. I don't know about the other versions, but I'm speaking of the American one because that's the only one I've seen so far. Mm-hmm. But some of them go on there and it's like a man and they're pretending to be a woman or vice versa. Like right. it'll be like a 20 some year old like college guy and he's pretending to be like his ex-girlfriend. He has like her picture up or whatever, and he's like, "Hi, I'm Jennifer," even though his real name is like John or whatever, and he's like pretending to be this girl or whatever and stuff. It's just crazy. And then they're like, but like to me that'd be like, well, not really. I guess it wouldn't be hard for me to catfish as opposite sex because like doing drag, like you know, I'm kind of more feminine anyway, so I could easily talk like that. But like, could you imagine being like a straight guy and you have to like now pretend to be a woman? And be like,
you want football? No, but I think that if you're pretending to be your ex, like if it was like a long-term relationship, you kind of know how these people talk and act, you know. Yeah. But I would still find it difficult, like to act like a man. Like all I need to say is that, oh, let's go watch football, let's have a beer. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna get kicked out of this episode.
Yeah.
Well, and what's so funny about the American version this past season, where Jack, this like young kid Jack, pretended to be one of his like college friends, and he made it so far that they didn't catch him until there was a makeup challenge. They had to put makeup on a mannequin, like on a wig head. You know, the styrofoam wig head. So they had to put makeup on this wig head, and that was the only way they found out that he was not a girl.
Can I say something real quick? I feel like the circle is basically like a tutorial into teaching people how to catfish properly.
Right?
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, no. The thing about the show is there are so every season there half of the people that so usually like there'll be 8 people that start out and then there'll be like 4 that get eliminated and 4 new people come in. So there'll be like maybe like 12 people total, and then they'll like switch people around and blah blah blah. Like there's just ways about it. So out of all the contestants that compete, half of them are real. Who they say they are, their pictures, what they talk about, everything, it's 100% really them. And then there's other ones that go in there to catfish, but they do it because they want to see how far they can get being a catfish. They want to see if they can make other people believe they're not who they say they are. They want to see if they can win a game by being someone different. So they're doing it to try and prove something to themselves and to the people watching the show and the other contestants as well, that they can do this, they can catfish or whatever. So it's more of a experiment and like a test to see if they can do it. It's not like the show's telling them like, oh, you have to catfish. We want people to learn how to be a catfish. So
to be completely honest, I remember that I bumped into it on TV while my grandmother was watching it. And I saw that there was this person. So it was one girl and then there was another girl. So one girl was real, but then someone else was pretending to be her.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? This is too much for my brain. I'm going upstairs.
Yeah. It is. It gets crazy to think about it. Like, and it's like Robert White, who's in Australia, by the way, is watching our show right now. Hey, Robert. He said it's huge amount of talent, which it is, because like, you know, and that's one of the things like catfish that we've, you know, said multiple times on today's episode is like, you have to have like talent, dedication, and like make it your job to do this, because like some of them put in some hardcore work to think of these.
Right? They need to go on the show.
Yeah, they do. The show's casting. Go on this show, all you catfish out there.
No, you get yourself some money if you need money so bad.
Yeah. Right. There you go.
I'd 100% go on these shows. I would love to do a reality show.
You'll be really good, I think. Even my sister, to be honest, my sister, she's 16. That girl can lie. That girl can lie. if she told me she was 20, I would believe her. But me, on the other hand, I can't lie. Like when I try to lie, I get into like really nervous state and I start laughing. So it's like, yeah, I can't lie.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just like what it's like. It's more so like keeping up with it all. You know what I mean? Like for most people, like we've all told lies before. We've all, you know, been there, done that. So it's easy to like tell a lie, maybe tell a couple lies. But then when you're like talking to someone, like, you know, some of these people on the show Catfish, they're talking to these people for like years and years. So to think of a lie that you told someone 3 years ago and have to remember it, I'm like, that's a lot of work.
But to be fair, some catfishes actually tell the truth but change it, because obviously they're gonna say, oh, let's say that their sister was actually in hospital, whatever. They're gonna say, yeah, my sister was in hospital, I need money for that. The money is the lie, but the sister might actually have been in hospital. It depends on the situation, because there's a lot of different catfishes.
Yeah, for sure.
But still, just to even go along with that and try to, you know, some of them, you know, we've seen the show, we've all seen the show probably, and you can imagine 3 years of chatting with somebody and never having spoken to them via face, you know, even this method, you know, video or whatever, FaceTime, and then like just to keep up with all of it, like Matthew was saying, it's like just. I can barely keep up with work, let alone keep up with lies and then my own personal life and then working in and of itself. Like I can barely keep work straight in my mind half of the time. So like you have to really be I guess it's like you have to be a great actor to do it, because there's no other way you could do it. Right.
Go to Hollywood, honey. Hollywood's calling.
Yeah, it's hard. Like, I feel like also it's easy. It's easy to do it. It's actually remembering your lies.
Yeah.
That's the
hard
thing.
You
Yeah.
can lie
Take
all you
notes.
want, but you need to remember your lies. You need to remember what you've said. You need to remember what you've said that you've done, you've claimed, everything. That must be the hard part.
Yeah. Do you guys watch this episode? It was on Catfish, but it blew my mind. So there was this guy from New York that was talking to this girl from Jersey. I can't remember exactly where. So they've been speaking. He gave her money, this, and that. And then they're like, "We're so close. I'm gonna drive up to you and see you." The guy drives up there before all the show, and the catfish basically tells him to, turn around. She blindfolds him, brings him in the house. They have a conversation, and they kissed without them having eye contact. He didn't know who was there, and then he left, and then he had to call Catfish because that was weird. And I was like, you had to wait until that moment to find out that it was weird. How do you?
What?
Yeah,
All that went down. How did
Oh, I'm telling you, it's like one of the craziest episodes. And it was really recent as well, I think. It was last season, if I'm not mistaken.
I'll have to watch it. That one I have not seen.
It's crazy. Imagine being blindfolded, somewhere you've never been before, someone you've never met, and they're trying to kiss you.
That's so weird. No, I'd be like, no, I ain't doing this.
You brought this upon yourself, though, because you went.
Yeah. Yeah, some of it. Ooh,
That's weird.
But see, I also like there was that one episode a couple seasons ago with Machine Gun Kelly, and they the catfish story was completely fabricated just so to get on the show.
On TV.
And it was
I remember that one.
Yes.
Father's Day or
I wanted
something.
to come out as gay on the show like that. Is that it? I think that was it.
No, it turned out that it was always set up, didn't it? And it pissed them off.
Yeah, and he just he went
angry.
off on them. Oh my! But it was like Father's Day or something like that. He was wanting to spend time with his daughter or whatever, and he I would to me that was justified, right? You were on the show because of these people that wanted to meet this supposed catfish, and then all of a sudden it's all a lie, and the person who started the lie was the person that was the victim of, not the victim of the catfish, the protagonist of the fat catfish. Like, are you kidding me? Like this, so I feel that he was completely justified. I've probably done the same thing.
Even if it wasn't Father's Day, though, you're wasting money, time, effort, resources for what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll be angry. I wouldn't need Father's Day to justify that. I'll go off.
Right.
Yeah.
But what are you hoping to get out of it, right? Like the premise of the show is, but the premise of the show is you catfish somebody, and this relationship is something that you want to try to mend or get, or whatever it is, right? And so you're hoping that it may do good for your image. You're hoping that and then to have it all unravel right on TV. It's just nuts. It's so nuts.
Yeah, like you did all that for fame, but all you did was look stupid, look trashy, and you made a fool out of yourself. Because now, what happens if this person that you're dating, that you pretended to catfish with to get on the TV show, you break up, and now you have to go on an online dating site to find a new partner, and no one believes you. No one believes it's you because you did this before. You just ruined your image by doing something stupid.
But even think about employment. It's granted, in the United States we have laws against doing that type of thing and discriminating against somebody for something they've put out there. But still, who would want to hire you? The fact that you could go through and lie like that, why would somebody want to hire you for being deceptive?
100%. They're gonna be really cut off hiring you. They're gonna be like, no.
And you know what I hate? I hate those repeat catfishes. There's been people that catfish 3 times, 4 times. You learn.
There's this one woman who had 100. There's this one person, a man, who had over 100 accounts of different females, and this wasn't on Catfish. It was something else. And there was a comment saying, "God fucking hell, I can't keep up with my life. Let alone 101 lives."
Oh my gosh!
I thought people got time. People got time.
He said that I think he put on the words was, okay, this guy needs a job.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
You could be
to be honest, I feel like it's an addiction.
Yeah,
it probably is partly an addiction. Yeah, probably is.
Yeah. You get hooked.
Yeah. Well, especially if you're doing, especially if you're someone who has multiple accounts, you're talking to multiple people, all that stuff. Like, it's an addiction, and because it's like now a job, like you're like constantly online talking to these people and thinking of these lies and all this other stuff. So
How do you come up with that?
yeah, it's scary and crazy to think that people are like that. But
Yeah.
well, anywho, oh my gosh, I wish I could talk about this all day.
This went quick. This show went by quick.
This show went by
And
so
closing thoughts.
yes, this show went by so quick, so fast. I want to talk more because it's such a juicy topic, but unfortunately, we have to wrap it up. So I just want to say for everybody watching, thank you so much for watching. If you're going to watch in the future, thank you so much. You can find us and follow us on our Facebook page, which is Across the Pond Official #1. You can watch our videos, both current and past videos and even future videos on our YouTube channel as well. Our YouTube is https://rb.gy/IQZMSN. You can also follow us on our Instagram page. Our Instagram page is @AcrossThePondOfficial. That's all one word. And you can find us wherever you listen to podcasts. If you'd like to listen to our podcasts, we are Across the Pond Official. Lastly, if you want to be a guest on our show, or you have a topic that you'd like to see us talk about, or a question that you wanted to ask that you couldn't during the episode, or you didn't want to ask live during the episode, you can email us. Our email is acrossthepond11@outlook.com. And you, like Brett said earlier, you can find WLFE-DB on Facebook. We have a page. You can like and follow that. You can see all the other shows that the radio station offers and what days and times they air, so you can watch and support all the shows on WLFE-DB radio. And yeah, with that being said, Nina, as our guest, you can go first. Closing thoughts?
Okay, so for everyone that's watching, first of all, thank you very much for having me.
Oh,
I had so much fun.
Yeah.
So
You have to come back.
yes, for sure.
I will be back. Okay, so first of all, be careful who you talk to online.
Yes.
Always FaceTime. And if you're meeting someone, better FaceTime them before, and always send to someone your location of where you're gonna be.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
That's all I wanted to say. Again, thank you so much for having me, guys.
Oh, you're welcome. Yes, love it. Jeremy?
Well, just to reiterate all of that, right? But I would say, just watch your social presence. Make sure that you're monitoring, who may be, because you may not be the person getting catfished. People may be using your content to catfish others. So, Google yourself, Google your images, reverse image search your images. Just in case, just protect yourself, right? Always protect yourself. And of course, thank you for coming on the show, Nina. It was great meeting you, getting to chat with you. WLFE-DB radio also has a website. Please, if you're on the Facebook page, visit the website. You can catch up on all of the shows on the website. You can stream them. You can watch them live. Everything is being played there as well. So you should be able to watch everybody and catch all of the shows that you missed. And thank you all for watching, and nice seeing everybody.
Yay! Brett, what are your final thoughts?
Well, thank you everyone for watching. Another great show. Thank you, Nina, for coming on. I know, I asked you so long ago to come on, so thank you for coming on. 100% need to come back on soon again.
You know it.
But everyone, stay well. Have a good week. Wash your hands. Social distance
Wear your
if
mask.
required. Wear your mask if required. Be safe. And also just be careful online, because there's a lot of assholes out there who are not who you think they are. So just take care. So yeah, have a good week, everyone. See you next week.
Yes. Well, yeah, I'm just, what I normally say every week. First of all, thank you, Nina, for being our guest. You were fabulous. Had such a good time. We will definitely have you back on the show in the future. Thank you to Brett and Jeremy for doing this with me every week. Thank you to Ted and the radio station for having us. part of your radio station. Thank you to all of our viewers, supporters, fans, etc., for watching our show, following us on our social medias, and supporting us every step of the way. Again, for the catfishing part, just be careful who you talk to online, who you interact with. Monitor, make sure that no one's using your pictures to catfish others. And lastly, if you're going to meet somebody, like Nina said, see them first, even if it's virtually, and also let people know where you're going so you can be safe and you won't get, kidnapped or worse than that.
Have your location on.
Yes, have your location on. And in the meantime, be kind to one another, love one another, wear your masks, distance until this is all over. And in order to get this all over, get vaccinated. Get your vaccine.
Yes.
Do it. Yes. Same girl, fully vaxxed. Hashtag fully vaxxed.
Tuesday.
Well, I'm not yet, but yeah.
Yes.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
We're almost there.
Yep. So yes, do all that. And thank you again for watching, and we will see you next week. So bye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining the Boys of Across the Pond. Join them again next Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. UK time.
WLFE DB Radio is on Spotify with all its great shows like Across the Pond, Inside the Drag Closet, Step into the Paranormal, Just Cindy, Where's My Sage, Unfiltered Talks with Bryce, Metal Mayhem ROC, Paratalk Radio, Real Talk with Dom, and more. So download the Spotify app today to stay connected to all your WLFE DB Radio shows.